is Bill Jeanne.
And I'm Jeannie.
I grew up in Atlanta, Georgia. Went to school at Auburn University, degree in computer engineering, and then moved to Houston where I met my wife.
And I grew up in South Texas in a small town called Devine. I went to school at Texas Tech University in Lubbock, Texas, and got a degree in computer information systems. And then I moved to Houston for my first job. We lived in Houston for about 10 years. We moved to Phoenix, lived there for about 20 years. And then we moved to Cape Canaveral, Florida, and we've been here.
Well, I've been here 7 years. You're going to be you're 6.5.
So we have 3 kids, 3 adult children. One's in California, one's in Arizona, and the other, he graduates this spring.
And then we're done. We can go cruising, assuming the boat's ever finished.
Empty nesters, woohoo!
Growing up, we had some friends that had boats and ski boats and things like that. Did a little bit of that. Had an uncle who had a houseboat, so did a little time on a houseboat. Biggest thing family did was rafting down the Chattahoochee River. We did that during the summer almost every weekend, and really enjoyed that and everything. But then when I moved to Houston, I saw the sailboats over in Galveston Bay off the Kima Bridge and just thought that was the coolest thing in the world. And so 3 or 4 months after moving there, I had a sailboat. How about you?
I grew up skiing behind my parents' Lone Star aluminum cabin cruiser, and along with a lot of other people that skied behind that boat. We'd go skiing at LBJ Lake and stay at Honeymoon Camp near Marble Falls, Texas. And then I met him on a sailboat.
Right.
Yeah, we got married in 1991, and we left the wedding reception on the boat.
We sold the sailboat in 1995 when we moved to Phoenix. We didn't do any boating for about 10 years because we were in Phoenix. There's not a lot of places to go boating. Once the kids were in school, we started thinking about summer vacations. So I came across the concept of fractional ownership of houseboats. So we ended up purchasing a week in October on our fractional ownership. The boat that we purchased was a 72-foot Somerset houseboat, and its name was Spirit Quest. We also purchased 2 3-person jet skis that we could use with the houseboat, and we also could use them if they were not being used by anybody else at the time. So we decided to take a jet ski camping trip with the family. Once we had amassed all of the camping gear that we were going to take with us for our family of 5, we realized it's not going to fit on the jet skis. So we got a 2-person kayak to carry the gear. And we got up to Lake Powell, loaded the kayak up, and then started out with the kayak in tow behind one of the jet skis, and it promptly flipped over. We ended up spending the night at the Page Marriott and went home. We decided that if we wanted to go camping, we needed a better way to carry gear. So we said we needed a small runabout of some sort. So we ended up purchasing a little used Bayliner 18-foot runabout. We used it that fall on our first houseboat camping trip, and it worked really well for going to Rainbow Bridge and other trips that we needed to make. And then that summer, early June, we took it out for tent camping. And going was okay, but the next day when the sun came up and on those rocks with no shade, it just became miserable from the heat and everything. And so we were spending lots of time just kind of floating in the water, trying to stay cool and whatnot, or going and skiing behind the boat and doing other water activities. But we decided if we were going to do camping at Lake Powell, we needed an air conditioner, which was going to require a larger boat. We sold the 18-foot Bayliner and ended up purchasing a 35-foot Maxim Express Cruiser, again used. It did not have an air conditioner. It had a spot for an air conditioner, so we added an air conditioner to it. And overall, the boat had some nice room in it. It had two sleeping areas, berth areas, whatever you want to call them. Had a head, had a galley, a nice salon area, lots of cockpit seating. and it could do 35 miles an hour, which made it great for getting around the lake and everything. And basically, it was the perfect, in our opinion, the perfect camping boat for Lake Powell, because you had a nice air conditioner, you had room enough for people to sleep at night, and you were able to, get into smaller locations and get across the lake fairly quickly. And we used it a number of times, probably would take 4 to 5 camping trips each year. And we finally said, why do we need the houseboat? We're using this so much more and we enjoy this so much more. So we ended up selling our fractional ownership of the houseboat, and then just continuing to use the express cruiser till we came out to Cape Canaveral. And we brought it with us when we came out to Cape Canaveral, and we took it out to the Atlantic Ocean several times. But then after one very bumpy, probably 2.5, 3 foot waves ride, and Jeannie getting bounced around a little bit, she decided, nope, this is not the boat to ride around out in the ocean. So we decided we needed to get a newer ocean-going boat, and that's how we ended up eventually finding this boat, which is a Seahorse Oceaneer 55 steel trawler, and we're in the process, or have been in the process, of refitting it.